I have no idea where this LZ is. All I see around me is a ton of cactus. And there is no way that anyone is laying out their wing in this stuff. Yeah. I'm assuming this is the landing strip here. Boy, I tell you, if you have an engine out in this place, you're going to run into these. The locals call them jumping cactus. Proper name is cholla. And let me tell you, that will make a nasty day out of you.
When I'm driving on long trips, I usually try to take my paramotor with me because I like flying from different locations. On this particular occasion, my son was graduating from high school and I was driving up to Indiana to go see his high school graduation. Now on long trips, what I typically do is I look to see what small town I'm going to be around or near about 2 hours to an hour to sunset. Usually I don't make long flights out of it. I just want to break the monotony of the car travel. So anywhere from 1 to 2 hours until sunset, I look at a map and I try to figure out, am I going to be around any small towns? And if so, that's when I look at a VFR map. A VFR map tells me if it's safe to fly and if it's legal to fly in that area. So that's the first thing I do. After looking at a VFR map, I will then open up Google Maps and I'll open it up in satellite view and I will search for parks or fields or schools. I typically search for schools first because they usually have a soccer or football field or a field next to the school that I can usually launch from. Then I do another Google search and to make sure that there aren't any local policies saying that they don't allow you to fly ultralights from around that town, things like that, to make sure that I am legal for what I'm doing. So in this case, I was in a city named Effingham, which is a rural area off of Interstate 57. Here I found the high school that I could fly out of. And you'll see in this frame here that I have a clear shot from the field across some more fields and out into farmland. So I'm not actually flying over any populous areas, which is another thing I really try to make sure that I don't do. I try to find schools or fields on the outskirts of town or maybe out of town a little bit, just so I know it's legal to fly there.
Okay, that was fun. Let's get out the GoPro and talk a little bit. Oh shoot, I've got a riser twist. Dang it. Well, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I'll fly with it. So I'm not sure exactly what state I'm in. I'm thinking Missouri. Whatever, you go 57 to 70, you know, where that giant cross is right there. That's the city of Effingham. I would guess Missouri. It might be Illinois. I guess the S is silent. Might be Indiana. I don't know. I'll look it up. Anyway, I'm in Effingham. Kind of a strange name for a city. I can imagine it was a pork farmer whose wife hated the smell of pork, and they decided to take a trip and build a city. And once they got there, and she was so sick of the pork smell and all the pigs that she kept feeding him pork to make him sick. Finally asked for a sandwich, hoping for anything but pork, and she fed him pork because she hated the pigs and the pig smell that much. And while she fed him the sandwich, she asked him, "What do you want to name this city anyway?" And he's like, "Effingham." That's probably how they got the name. Probably. Effingham.
Before heading home from Indiana, I decided that I would go for one last flight, so I started looking up schools, and I noticed that there was a paramotor school just south of Indianapolis in a town called Franklin, Indiana. I decided to call the school up, a school named Midwest Powered Paragliding, to ask if I could use their LZ just to make a flight while I was in town. They said they would be more than happy for me to come, and I'm very glad they did. When I first arrived at Midwest Powered Paragliding, the first thing I noticed was how well the school was run. I was greeted by an instructor named Brad, who was himself a previous student of the school. Brad and his cohort Matt were teaching students of different skill levels, and the professionalism the two carried was nothing short of amazing. This class act was encapsulated in the facilities as well. The hangar and the classroom were well kept, inviting, and produced an atmosphere of learning. Not wanting to disrupt their teaching, I took to the sky to see what the neighborhood had to offer.
So, today I'm flying with the guys at Midwest Paramotor. How cool is that? Down in Franklin, Indiana. And these guys were incredibly gracious to let me come and launch from in their LZ and check out their school. And what a top-notch A1 great school. I can't say good enough things about this school. There's a lot of schools I go to which are just really, really good, and this is one of them. So if you're in the Midwest, if you're within 100 miles of Midwest Paramotor, you should come check these guys out. In front of me, I don't know if the GoPro can pick it up or not, but it's the Indianapolis skyline. How beautiful is that? Wow. A absolutely wonderful Midwest day. All right, go buddy, go! Woohoo! He's up! Nice!
For a while, I just hung out and watched the students practice their launches, but it wasn't long before they joined me in the air.
Something about the Midwest, unless you're flying, you can't see the sky really, especially the northern Midwest. Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Michigan. It's the sky is just hazier up here, so it's nice to be able to fly these areas because you actually get to see the sky, you get to see the landscape. And Indiana is absolutely beautiful when you can see it from the air. From the ground, it's just either corn or trees. But from the air, Indiana really is beautiful. Like, you can't see it on the GoPro, but there's just these rolling hills over here. this going down towards Bloomington, which is where Indiana University is. There's a lot of limestone in that area, so a lot of caves and that kind of thing. Just a nice area. Beautiful from the air. Look at where these guys are going, because I don't really know the area. That's a military base right there, so I know I cannot fly past that road where they're at. All bad things are past that road if I go in there. So other than that, they said that the whole area was open. There's supposed to be some horse track we're supposed to go to. I don't know where that is either, but oh, maybe this is the horse track. I don't know. That's cool. A bunch of kids are like, hey, what is that? Tell me all about it. How cool is that? How cool is that? When you have one of these, you're Superman. Especially the kids. That's too cool. Watch those wires. Watch those wires. God, don't hit those wires. Holy crap. That looked like he was going to take out those wires. No joke. Wow. Wow. It looked like he was going to take them out. Wow. That was crazy. Crazy, crazy. Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. I'm famous now.
Hey, nice to meet you, Sean.
Coming down, I couldn't help but be grateful that these guys had let me fly with them. Not only did I get a chance to meet some great people, but the atmosphere and the air was absolutely perfect. I really had a good time flying out with Midwest.
Well, that was fun.
And of course, I would like to put a shout out to my son. I'm very proud of you. And as you spread your wings, may you find solace on this earth and in the sky.